be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you guys want to check out my social media or check out a badass kick-ass original story, check out the links down in the description below. Hope you enjoy the video. So I like to be honest in my reviews, and I like to just, give an honest score and just be completely honest, about films. I don't like to lie about them and stuff, about how I feel about them. This might be a little bit controversial because this next film that I'm going to talk about is regarded as one of the greatest Westerns ever made. And I actually have issues with it. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. My wife and I had to check this film out because it had James Stewart and it had John Wayne in it. Wow, just wow. Now, if you think I'm going to give this film a bad score, that's not the case. I'm actually fond of this film. I really do enjoy The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, but I'm just going to be honest. I think it is your typical same old Western. And you could say that about a lot of Westerns. You really could. You could say that about a lot of Western films, but I do believe that Western films kind of have their own flair to them, like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It's very adventurous. Django Unchained, it's very kind of poppy. It's very funny. It's very gruesome. The Hateful Eight, it's very enclosed. It's very dialogue heavy. It's very interesting. Something that you can definitely kind of get mind warped in and kind of sunk into. You have High Plains Drifter, that's got those wow moments, and you have Unforgiven, that's kind of the epilogue Western. So I do believe that Westerns do have their own flair to them. I know that you're typically in the desert or out in the plains, and but that's why I think the Western genre is one of my favorite genres of all time, is because they're so different but yet so similar. It's like you know what you're getting yourself into, but at the same time you can be surprised. Unfortunately, I was not surprised with The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. It is your typical Western. People meet up and they do their stuff. Bad guy comes around and, you just got to take care of it. And if this film did not have John Wayne or James Stewart in it, it probably wouldn't have been that good to me. But that's kind of Westerns. It's kind of their thing. They always have kind of that big lead or maybe that big heavy. And definitely John Wayne and James Stewart in this film are fantastic. One thing that I was a little bit wary about with this film is I did not want them to portray James Stewart as this big bad cowboy, because he's not. I don't think he would work out that way, like, trying to play a John Wayne character. He plays this kind of soft guy. And it works. It really does. This dynamic between John Wayne and James Stewart works. It really does. And I will say the story, how it does unfold about the man who shot Liberty Valance, it is interesting. It's interesting to watch the flashback. It is like I said, your typical Western, kind of your typical Western plot. But I do believe that the characters, I do believe they do stand out enough to warrant watching this film. I don't think that this film is bad by any means. I just don't think that it's this top tier Western. And I don't know if maybe it's because I've seen so many Westerns. Like I'm actually going to check out One-Eyed Jacks here soon, because I feel like that's a very different Western. And that's what I try to watch, because we picked this movie up specifically because it had James Stewart and John Wayne in it. Rightfully so. But The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, if you are a fan of Westerns, you expect what you're going to get. You are going to get what you expect in this film. You are going to get a Western, and I will give it a 7 out of 10. It is a good film, and if you are a fan of Westerns, I would definitely recommend watching it. If you're somebody that's kind of looking to pick up a Western, though, something kind of new, I would probably have to stray you away from it. But if you're wanting an entry into Westerns, I feel like that would be a great start. You might actually like it better. That's the thing, is if you've never seen a Western before and you watch this and you're actually intrigued with Westerns, this might actually grab your attention. For me, it did grab my attention at times, but I don't know, it didn't really do it for me that much. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. I know this film is beloved by Western movie lovers, and I do like the film. I do think it's a good film. I will give it that, but it just wasn't this masterpiece. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope I didn't offend any of you. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.